Phil from Bike Check MTB, and today I'll be talking to you about my Nukeproof Mega Race 290, my Enduro 29er. Okay, so starting off a bit to do with the geometry. So up front we have a 150mm fork with a 66-degree head angle. Plenty slack will get you down most of the steep stuff. We have a reach of 460, which is pretty good for my height at 185 centimeters. It's a size large. Seat tube angle, we got 75.5 degrees, so really steep, great for climbing. And then at the back we have really long chainstays of 450mm. Will keep you super stable at high speeds. That's the main thing with long chainstays. However, it's not as nimble with a bike with pretty short chainstays. So now onto the suspension. Up front, as I said, 150mm, we have the RockShox Yari. Nothing bad to say about this fork, it's pretty good. Same chassis as the RockShox Lyric, however you don't have that charged damper. You have that motion control damper, but you still have the ability to add volume spacers. So got 2 tokens in there, it makes it ramp up pretty nicely, but still pretty plush. I'm running around 80 psi in that at the moment, however I do bump it up to 90 if I'm doing some hard stuff. Now onto the rear suspension. Stock it came with the Monarch R High Volume Plus. Took that out straight away, had no mid-stroke support. It's quite a progressive link, so it works well with a coil. So I changed it over to a Cane Creek Coil IL. Completely transformed the bike, has plenty of mid-stroke support now, plus plenty of small bump compliance you get with a coil. The Cane Creek is plenty adjustable. You have independent high-speed, low-speed compression, as well as independent high-speed, low-speed rebound. You also have the ability to change it into the climb switch, which is great. This fork is perfect. This shock is perfect for this bike. Wouldn't change it for the world. Okay, so now onto the drivetrain. It's entry-level SRAM NX. You kind of get that with the performance. It's 11 to 42 tooth cassette. Up front, have NX cranks, and they're attached to Nukeproof Neutron nylon composite pedals. Super light pedals. Bang them up against plenty of rocks. Still holding up. Good pins. They're a great pedal for the money. Okay, so now onto the wheel set. We have the WTB I-25s. So a little bit narrow compared to what I prefer. I usually prefer around 30 internal width, but these have been still really good, super strong. A little bit heavy. They're attached to Novatech hubs, so around 32 points of engagement in the rear, so enough, but still would prefer a bit more. In terms of rubber, I always use Maxxis, always preferred Maxxis, just love them. So up front we have the DHF Wide Trail 2.5 with the EXO casing, set up tubeless. Plenty of grip, only got the dual compound because the 3C is never available. But yeah, plenty of grip on the front, and super wide. On the rear, have the fast rolling aggressor. Still has some decent grip on the side knobs there, so it's still digging really well, but have a bit smaller tread in the middle, so roll pretty fast. And also set up tubeless in the rear. Okay, so now onto the brakes. We have Shimano Dior M615s, which has now been replaced by the M6000s. These are perfect brakes if you want value for money. Use the same caliper as the XTs. Main difference is with XTs and SLX, you don't have the toolless adjustment. You don't have the tool-free adjustment. You have to adjust it with the Allen key, and then with XTs, you don't get the free stroke adjust. But if you're looking for value for money for a pedal brake to stop you, these are the ones to go for. So up front I've changed it to a 200mm rotor just to give it a bit more stopping power, and then at the back we have the stock 180. Pretty good brakes, yeah. Okay, so now onto the cockpit. Comes stock with plenty of Nukeproof stuff, which I like. So Nukeproof bar here, 760mm wide. Prefer 760, have bad 800s in the past and was always hitting trees. It's a little bit wide, so you can get a bit uncomfortable with the shoulders, so 760 is I think the way to go. We have the Nukeproof Zero stem here, 50mm. I like 50mm, I don't like going any shorter than that. Onto the saddle here, we have the Nukeproof saddle. It's pretty uncomfortable, I don't know why I haven't changed it. And then for a dropper post we have the Brand X, which is kind of the value for money dropper post